Welcome to the Northern Arizona Real Estate Channel. I'm Mark, and today I just wanted to show you that, you know, it's not all just peaches and cream and butterflies here in Northern Arizona. We get some weather, and I thought this might be an interesting video for you because we've got sort of a misty rain coming down, some fog, mainly misty rain. But it's 36 degrees and we are predicted to have snow for the next day and a half or so here in January of 2026. So I'm wondering what we're going to find up here. I'm wondering if we might get some snow in the sky. I'm not too worried about the roadway getting icy right at this moment. Now it may up here, because you never know, because it's kind of that idea of, you know, once you get down to you know 32 degrees it freezes, but the roadway usually is a little warmer, so road's probably, you know, a few degrees warmer than freezing. When the air temperature gets to 32, it takes a little bit longer for it to drop down there. So generally that's not really a problem initially, but I'm wondering if we're going to run into some snow up here. We are just north of the switchbacks, as I believe I said, which are, you know, which is Oak Creek Canyon. But there's a certain just kind of beauty, I think, to this, you know, just this misty rain and not much coming down. As you can see, I've got my wipers on. I hope it doesn't annoy you too much, but to see a little bit of weather in northern Arizona, this is, you know, considered high desert, but we do get some weather here. I was just talking to a guy just a few minutes ago down at the spring, and he said, well, 2017, you remember that? I go, yeah, that snow drifts were. Well, the snow next to me and my neighbor's house was like 8 feet. So we had a lot of snow. So you can get a lot of snow in Flagstaff. We've had one snowstorm this winter, and that's it. But this is, as a reminder, this is brought to you by my wife, Jackie Tate, and myself, Mark Tate, and we are with Realty One Group Mountain Desert. And so we're doing these just so you get an idea of areas and neighborhoods and downtowns, and I'm even doing some mountain bike tours where I'm out on my mountain bike, and you can kind of see some mountain biking or hiking trails, just so you get to know northern Arizona. And we're realtors, of course, and so we serve all the way down to Clarkdale and Cottonwood, Camp Verde, up into Sedona, Flagstaff, of course, Williams, all the way to, you know, the Grand Canyon, South Rim. So if we can help you, we'd love to help you. Mark and Jackie Tate from Realty One Group. There's your little commercial. So still 36 degrees. I guess I'm not super hopeful that I'm going to see some white flakes at this point. Who knows, maybe. But I thought I'd let this burn and just see what happens. All the vegetation now, of course, has turned, 90% of it's brown because it has frozen. And the leaves are off the deciduous plants and trees. You are still seeing some, you know, rust-colored leaves on some of these gamble oak trees, which are everywhere in Flagstaff. Gamble oak, they're everywhere, and they're literally like weeds. They're beautiful, but they just kind of sprout up out of the ground, not just as one trunk, but lots of different offshoots, what turns into trunks. We're probably around 6,900 feet, 7,000 feet, I suppose. And I'll turn those off for a second. I'll pop them on every now and then. Yeah, a little more rain there. But we've had some decent moisture this winter in northern Arizona, and I guess throughout Arizona. So I'm not super concerned at this point that we're in such a big drought that everything's going to burn down, because that's always the concern. It just gets matchbook dry and you feel like it's going to ignite at any time, especially in the summer. But I don't think we're there. Just coming up now. Forest Highlands is a Gulf resort and community here up on the right hand side here in a couple of miles. So we're not that far out of Flagstaff, maybe 4 or 5 miles. But they rebuilt this road. They cut the trees way back, widened it, new asphalt, way safer road than it was. It's a pretty heavily traveled road. Still at 36 degrees, so that's probably where we're going to sit. Maybe we'll dip down to 35. So it doesn't look like we're going to see any snowflakes. I was kind of hoping to see that during this video. We're going to see it tonight. We got a Realty One Group thing to go to, kind of a New Year's party. It's a little late. We're only, I guess it's not too bad. First week of January. There's Forest Highlands right there. Golf community. 2 golf courses, 2 18 championship, 18-hole golf courses there in Forest Highlands. Beautiful homes, a lot of older stuff, some newer stuff. 2 clubhouses, and non-equity membership. I think it's around $100,000, and $1,200 or so a month there, and everybody pays that. So you really got to want to be behind a gate. It is guard gated. It's not just gated. It's guard gated. Here's Pine Dell, which is sort of a mishmash, smaller stuff, and then even some bigger, nicer stuff, newer stuff in there. But you're going to be on a gravel road as you take that right turn there. And here's Violette's little nursery. Either Violettes or Violos. But there's a little nursery there, and they have a little pumpkin patch during Halloween, and yeah, you can buy some good stuff there. There's 17 right there on the right. That's I-17, and now entering Flagstaff. Elevation 6902, founded 1862. Yeah, went down to 35 degrees. This is Fort Tuthill. This is the fairgrounds, which I've done a video on before. And this is where you can jump on the I-17 if you want. But yeah, that's the county park right there where the, I mean, obviously the fairgrounds, but for the county fair. But, you know, the Overlanding Expo is there, Arabian shows are there. Renaissance. I mean, there's so much stuff happening at Fort Tuthill. Lots of horse stuff going on there. And there's a bike park, there's bike racing, killer trails in that area. But anyway, I just wanted to see if maybe I could give you some nice snowflakes. So I'll try and get you some here. But I'm not seeing any today. I do appreciate you, though, tuning in. I would ask you to do this if you don't mind. hit the like and subscribe and alert button, at least the subscribe button. We've grown a lot with this channel, 3-4 times more than it did just a few months ago in terms of subscribers, or it had. So that's kind of cool. So thank you so much for those people that did subscribe. We're going to bring you a bunch more stuff. So we appreciate you watching all the way to the end, if that's what you've done. And we're just coming now into Flagstaff, but I'm going to sign off. Well, maybe I'll wait until you can see the city a little bit. But we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. It's kind of a good thing. And then if you hit the alert, it'll tell you when we have new videos. Hey, Northern AZ Real Estate Channel just uploaded a brand new. Well, there's some flakes right there. Those are snowflakes. Wow, we hung in here. So those are actually snowflakes coming down now. They are not going to stay. They're not going to stick. They're going to melt immediately. They're hitting the windshield and melting immediately. But those are at 32 degrees, winter 32. Those are snowflakes. Oh, what do you know? We kept the faith, I guess. And that's the very, very south end there of Flagstaff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this long. It paid off. You got a little bit of snowflake there. Yeah. Hey, thanks so much. Have a great day and God bless.